I am a little concerned about how we're already up to about half of our potential credit. We did learn a couple days back, and I think it's worth taking the time to mention in case you hadn't seen this or learned this, or you're still learning the game like I am. Being in debt is not bad like it is in EU4. In EU4, if you're in debt, you're literally burning money for no reason. You're taking your 100 monthly income and you're just setting some of it on fire. It gets lost to the ether, to the nebulous people who you pay interest, you know? In this game, the interest that we pay is staying in our country. It's not leaving. We're paying an 8% interest rate on our debt. So on this credit of 4.03 million out of 8.60, that money is coming directly from any building we own, say like one of our most profitable things. Say like our furniture industry. They have a cash reserve right now of $300,000. That's where the money came from. We literally borrowed it. It's like, it's really more like a bond than it is like in real life. Say like Florida wants to expand the highways. What they'll do is they'll issue bonds. The government will say, we need money, so could you give it to us, please? And then people will buy those bonds, which is where the money comes from, and then they use that money to build the thing, and then they usually pay an interest rate or a dividend on the bond to pay back the principal. It's basically the same mechanic. Like, we're just borrowing the money from our workforce, what they've set aside. So when we have national debt, that number is based on the total cash reserves of the whole country. And when we pay this right there, right? When we pay this 6,170 something interest rate, it's actually going back directly to these people. Like, the people that own this structure, which are the capitalists, the workforce, these people are collecting that interest rate because they issued the bond to us, essentially. And then they take their annual wage and they turn around and they put it toward the investment pool. So, long story short, being in debt is not the same in this game as it is in EU4. That makes sense? Anyone understand what I'm saying? Yes. Sweet. Good. I love understanding it. You know, learning how a game works and understanding the mechanics, discovering the mechanics, finding the information, finding the exact nitty-gritty for how things function and work is very fun for me. So if I can break a mechanic down to the point where I can put it up on the whiteboard and make everyone in chat, everyone, all of you, literally every single person understands now, correct? Otherwise, we're gonna have to explain it again. And I'm only like harking on this issue because I was wrong, you know? I thought I understood how interest worked for the first few playthroughs or the first couple of days of playing, and I was completely wrong, and I avoided debt as much as I could. And I honestly think that, think about it like this. If you completely avoid debt, let's like take it to either extreme. You go either all the way into debt, all the way to the max, or you go all the way like never having debt. Those are the two binary like opposite poles. So say you never let your country go into debt. What does that do long term? If you're never in debt, you're never paying the aristocrats or the capitalists wages. You're basically, it's like you have a slider on your budget that doesn't say tax level. It says, how much do I want to subsidize my capitalists? That's what being in debt essentially does. You're giving money to the rich. Interesting, right? So if you never do it, how much harder do you think it might be to revolutionize and like industrialize? The first time I played as Sweden, I never went into debt. I tried to avoid debt like the plague, and we industrialized. We built rail and stuff, but like I think it actually can be good at certain stages to just be deeply in debt to put the money in their hands and stuff, you know? It's interesting. Oh, right. So, kill our dude? That's right. Our dude is... He was bad, I thought, but he's less bad now. So he's become an experienced diplomat. He's an expert political orator. As ruler As ruler inactive. But you are my ruler. What? Aren't you my ruler? How come I'm getting all of the... Maybe because we're a republic, it doesn't count as a ruler? Or are we like actively in an election, so it doesn't give us that modifier? Grrrr. Still need to keep interest affordable? Well, yeah, but like again, like the first time I saw this number, I'm like, ooh, 6K interest, that number's bad. If I had 6K interest gone, if I wiped out our national debt, that'd be good, right? Because then suddenly I'm gonna make an extra 6K on my gross 215K, and therefore it's profit, right? It's like building a church in EU4, like I just make more money. Good, I should do that. But if you're not giving the wealthy 6K, then they're not contributing as much to the investment pool, which is basically free money. So like, are you really losing 6K? When it says you're losing 6K to interest, are you actually losing it? No. You're just subsidizing the wealthy, and if you have a good capitalist investment ratio, then they just give it back. It's like win-win, you know? He died? I guess it'll update after you solve the event. Oh, he dies either way. I see. Okay. Sorry, I misread that. Gain momentum to the Free Trade Party. So that's all we're really deciding. Free Trade Party was who? It was this one, the Industrialists. They have a little bit of support already. Were they helping out with passing the law? Censorship is supported by intelligentsia and the trade unions. Free trade. Free trade. No. I need this one. I don't think I care about that. Do I really care about the Free Trade Party? I can maybe swing the Free Trade to win the election instead of the Progressive Party, but like, why would I want to do that? I don't want these guys to get even stronger. I want them to stay around 20. All right, figured it out. Click the button. Our new leader is Emilio Pexicotio. He's radical. A radical industrialist. Political orator. But he's reckless. Being reckless apparently makes you popular. That's neat. Hey, we have 92 authority. Increase infamy is not great. Whatever. Investment pool. Investment pool is not free money. It's income from industry. You build that goes to them for some reason. This part of the game completely makes no sense. The way I see it, it's basically an alternative form of taxation. Like, the game does a really good job, I think, of giving you lots of different ways to make money. You've got tariffs, you can make money off consumption taxes, which targets specific pop groups based on what consumption tax you choose to run. You know, like we talked about this a couple days ago, like running the one that, if you run liquor, it's a great return on authority. You get a great amount of money, but it unfairly punishes the poor because they use more liquor than any other pop group. If you target services, it's generally a fairly broad penalty, but it mostly applies to the rich and the middle class. Same thing with luxury clothes or luxury furniture or wine. Those things disproportionately target the rich. So that's essentially it's a form of tax on a specific pop group, just like running a regular tax rate. Other sources of income would include the tariffs, making money from trade, but also, okay, so why did I just say what I said? I said that the investment pool is basically an alternative form of taxation. So if we make the rich richer and the numbers line up so that they have to give us, like, for example, I think they give us right now, the capitalists, the industrialists are only at 9, but if they were at 10, we have plus 20% capitalist investment pool contribution. We could have that from this, and then we could also have from free trade, from laissez-faire, 50%. So I'm not sure how that number actually gets used. I don't think it means that they're giving us half their money. I think that it might be something where they give us like a flat 20% and this increases that by 50 to 30. I don't know. I haven't really figured out how the math actually works there, but maybe we should. How's it work? Let's figure it out. Our furniture manufacturer is giving us 10,900 money. We have 2 of them. This one makes 18,900 money per week. Out of that 18,900, they are giving us half of it. So I guess, maybe I was wrong. Okay, it looks like based on this exact screen that 50% increased capitalist investment ratio means that they literally give you half your money. So if we do get the industrialists back to positive 10 opinion, we essentially get 70% of the capitalists' income. That means there's a 70% tax rate on the rich. And if the rich own the buildings and we are in debt, we are giving them, say, $100, but then they give us 70 of it back.